Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Tyler Merkovich alongside the Zarda Playbook, Emery Hunt. Minnesota at Green Bay, the second time these teams are going to meet this season. We know the storyline already. Brett Favre, they tried. Pittsburgh said, okay, let's make Favre beat us. That drive, I think Minnesota was about to win that game until that errant missed screen pass right there for a touchdown for Pittsburgh. Green Bay, on the other hand, has been rolling against weaker opponents like Detroit and Cleveland, and that passing game's coming together. They're getting healthy in the O-line. What are your keys to victory, though, for Brad Childress?
Keys to victory for the Vikings. The Vikings showed me something last week. They play with a lot of heart. And these are the type of losses where the team comes back, like, we really could have beat that team. They get even more confident coming after a loss. So that's the key to victory. Number one, play with confidence this week. They're going into Lambeau, tough place to play. They're going to have to play with that same swagger that they play with defensively and offensively this week. Two, they're going to have to, what I'm about to talk about with the Packers. That offensive line going against Jared Allen and company, they have to get after Aaron Rodgers. And they're going to get after Aaron Rodgers. So pressure Rodgers, get after him, turn the heat up, turn that pressure loose on that offensive line. That's the weak spot of the Packers. That's keys to victory number 2. 3, they have to make sure they tie up loose ends. No drop passes, no fumbles, no penalties. All 3 things that cost them that game against the Steelers last week, they can't have those things happen again this week against a talented Packers team. Secondary also has to play tighten up this week because the Packers have some excellent receivers.
Well, despite the loss of Antoine Winfield for 4 to 6 weeks, the Vikings secondary actually played pretty well against Ben Roethlisberger and company. But it's going to be a different animal when you face Green Bay. Greg Jennings down the drive early. Yeah, a lot of speed, exactly. I think that offensive line is getting healthier and playing well. What are your keys to victory for Mike McCarthy? And the Packer faithful is chomping at the bit for Favre to walk through that tunnel as a visitor.
Well, keys to victory for the Packers. Ryan Grant got 100 yards last week, but it took him a while. Plus, that was Cleveland. So they're going to have, in order to keep that pass rush off Rodgers, they're going to have to run right at these guys and really force the issue with the running game. Ahman Green should see some carries this week. He should break that record to be the all-time leading rusher for the Packers. So they're going to utilize 2 backs this week. I think that's why they brought him back. Grant and Green is going to help that running game going this week. 2, they definitely have to protect up front. They may have to keep an extra guy in. Jermichael Finley may have to stay in to help chip on Jared Allen and company. So they're going to have to keep an extra guy in the pass block because the Vikings are going to turn it loose. And 3rd, you want to attack the Vikings vertically. I'm still not sold on Pema back there in the secondary. So spread those guys out. You do have 3 talented receivers with speed. Take advantage. I like Minnesota on the road because, like I said before, they're going to come in with more confidence after this loss. Plus, the X factor, which is the special teams game. This special teams is big this week. You saw what Percy Auburn did last week. I like the Vikings.
What am I, in the Twilight Zone when I'm on Green? I'm going to take Green Bay here. I think their 3-4 has played enough games where they're going to get the tutelage on their Dom Capers, make some plays. Aaron Rodgers, hostile environment. Minnesota drops their second game, even though they'll be all right, like Green Bay, and the receiving matchup against the secondary.
Should be another good one.
They're not going to keep it up, the secondary. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.